Once is upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. "'Tis some visitor, tapping at my chamber door. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. So that now 'tis still the beating of my heart I stood repeating. 'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. All my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven, of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, Nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by a reply so aptly spoken. Doubtless what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster of nevermore. But the raven still bewilling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, Nevermore. Wretch! I cried. Quoth the raven, Nevermore. Prophet, thing of evil, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether temper tossed, thee here ashore, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm and Jalid? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, Nevermore. Lead back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie that soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out of my heart, and thy form from out my door. Quoth the raven, Nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seemings of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him, streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out the shadow that lies, floating on the floor, shall be lifted, nevermore, quoth the raven, Nevermore.